Right folks, Greeno here. Where am I today? Well, the football stadium behind me might give you a clue if you follow your football. I'm at the Kassam Leisure Park in Oxford, and this is Oxford United's football ground. Now, I'm not here to watch football today. No. I'm not even here to try and get some food in the ground anywhere. I'm going over there, behind the camera person, to a little place that serves an incredibly cheap buffet. Let's go check it out. Above me here, you can see the sign for the place we're going. It's called Oxy Oriental. Like I say, this is a buffet. It specialises in Oriental food. We've got Chinese, there's Japanese, I think Vietnamese, Malaysian and Thai as well in there. Now, we're here at a lunchtime, and this, on a midweek, is just £11 for a buffet. Not a vegetarian one, proper buffet apparently. Now, like most of these buffets, there's a kind of a dynamic pricing structure going on, so we'll have a little look about the details of that. But obviously midweek lunchtime is the cheapest time to come. £11. What a bargain. Well, we'll find out if it's a bargain when we get inside and see what it's all about. Come on. Come in and been seated. It's not terribly busy in here. There's maybe about 15-20 people in here at the moment. I've been wandering around the stations they've got over here, and like I say, because it's a lunchtime, it's not quite as wide a selection as there might be at other times. I'm a little bit surprised. There's quite a few Indian options there, and I've not seen anything really of the Japanese, any of the Vietnamese, any of the Malaysian stuff that they've advertised. Anyway, I got myself a Pepsi Max here. Quite surprised actually. Quite often when you go to these cheap buffets, they really mark up the drinks and try and make their money that way. But I got the drinks menu here, and a pint of Pepsi Max is £3.20. I don't think that's excessive. So yeah, I'm going to go and get some food. Like I say, they've got a few little startery kind of bits, but they've got the usual chips and nuggets and stuff like that for kids if they want, you want to fill them up a little bit. Yeah, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to go and get like a startery kind of plate now. We'll try that out. Then I'll get some of the main dishes, and there's a little dessert station as well that we'll get over and have a little look at as we get through the review. But yeah, it looks all right. Nothing spectacular, but for 11 quid, what can you expect, eh? Right, folks, I've been up and got my starter selection. Let's have a little look at what I've got here. We've got some sweet corn soup here. So it's kind of an egg drop soup there. Quite thick, quite viscous, so that should be interesting. Then we come over here to the starter plate. You can see what we got here. So there's some lemon chicken here on the left. Hot and spicy chicken wing there, apparently. Little spring roll, sesame prawn toast, a couple of ribs there, and this is some Cantonese pork. So yeah, nice little selection there. Let's give it a try. It's just got really busy. A big tour bus of what appear to be Chinese tourists have just turned up. Maybe they're visiting Oxford for the day. It'll be really interesting to see how they cope with that at the buffet stations here. Hopefully they've got some people beavering away at the back there. Right, I'm going to start with this soup, the sweet corn soup. Just a little bowl of it here. And like I said, look how thick this is. Well, it's gloopy. Interesting. Let's see how the flavour is. It's okay, it's not the warmest. The sweet corn still retains a bit of crisp in there. Like I say, it's a very thick soup to eat. Doing a touch more seasoning perhaps, but it's not bad. Yeah, I don't mind that. So we've got the lemon chicken here. You can come in for a little bit of a close-up on that. You'll see it's battered. You can see there, as is the this hot and spicy chicken wing. Now, is this going to have much of a lemon flavour, or is it because you've got to add lemon sauce afterwards, which I haven't done? We will see. We will see. Let's try it. I think you're supposed to add lemon sauce afterwards. The batter is nice and crispy though. But yeah, again, not the warmest. I don't think it helps that the plates aren't particularly warm either. But the flavour of the chicken is pretty good. And the texture of that batter is nice. The chicken wing, I'm going to have to go in with my hands, folks. Again, a nice crisp to that batter on there. This is supposed to be hot and spicy. Let's see if it is. No. Very crispy batter on it. You can probably hear that crunch as I bite into it. The chicken inside's okay though. It's just a very, very faint underlying chilli spice in there. But not a lot else. It's okay, nothing spectacular. The spring roll, these are just little ones, presumably out of a freezer bag or something. Don't look like they've got a lot of filling in. In fact, almost none. Can you see that? I don't know if you're too close in now, but maybe you can see. Fairly good flavour to it though. You can pick up those vegetables inside. A little bit of ginger in there too. Yeah, that's okay. Certainly better than I expected it to be on first impressions. Okay. Cutlery down again for the next couple of items. Sesame prawn toast. Oh, I like this. Nice coating there of the sesame on there. Fried bread. And there'll be a little layer of prawns on the top. Could have more prawn, but the flavour's not bad. It's crispy. The sesame is nice. Yeah, could just do with a little bit more prawn on the top there. But again, because of the price of the buffet, you're going to expect some compromises, aren't you? On to the ribs. They've got a nice colour to them. Obviously had a really nice marinade. Look at that, almost looks like it's been varnished, doesn't it? Let's get straight in and give it a try. Ooh. Well, it does come away from the bone, but not falling off, if you know what I mean. You do have to rip it a little bit, but it's coming clean off there. A touch chewy, but not crazily so. And the flavour of that marinade is actually pretty good. Right, need to clean up a little bit now. Ribs are messy, aren't they? And we get on to the last thing here. This is Cantonese pork. So there's little bits of vegetables in there, and hopefully a little spicy sauce. Got a kind of light batter coating to it. A bit like, you know, when you get crispy chili beef, that kind of thing. Very similar to that. And that is actually quite nice. Nice little chew to it from that batter. The sauce is sweet. Again, not crazy spicy, but pretty tasty. I don't mind that. Okay. I'm going to finish this little plate up, and the soup, and my little prawn crackers. And then we'll go back, find out what the main courses are all about. Okay, I've got myself a main plate here. I've focused on the Oriental food here rather than the Indian. So let's have a look at what we've got here on the plate. We have got Singapore-style noodles, some beef satay, special fried rice, chicken curry, a little bit of sweet and sour chicken there, and this is chicken in black bean sauce. So of course, the way this all works, all the sauces are going to kind of meld in together, aren't they? So, but I'll try and give you a good indication of what the flavours are like on each one. So you've seen just before exactly what I've got here. I'm going to start with the special fried rice. It says on the board there that it comes with chicken and pork in it. Reasonable. It's got a tiny little bit of spice in there. Tiny little chunks of meat as well, which add a nice flavour, nice texture. You know what, that's actually okay. I don't mind that. We'll come around this way now. beef satay. So the usual kind of beef you find in Chinese takeaways or whatever, that very, very thin sliced stuff. A bit chewy. Come and have a little look at it. You see what I mean about this is exactly what you get in the Chinese takeaways, isn't it? And the flavour's okay. I wouldn't say satay necessarily. There's no pronounced kind of peanutty flavour to it. Yeah, that's so-so. Singapore noodles here. So obviously it's a very thin sort of rice vermicelli noodles. And this should be cooked with some curry powder in the oil and that sort of thing just to give it that little taste. Again, the flavour of that's not bad. Could do with being a bit warmer. And once again, all the plates are cold. That doesn't help, does it? But, let's say you've got a nice kind of curry punch in there. The veggies in there still have a nice little crisp to them. Yeah. That's okay. That's okay. Onto the chicken with black bean. Now this comes with some green peppers cooked into it. Let's try them, see how well they're cooked. Pretty well actually. Cooked through, but still with a tiny little bit bite to them. The sauce is very wishy-washy though. One thing I did notice over there is just how thin the sauces all look, like they're watered down. And I guess that's a trick, isn't it, to make the sauces last a bit longer and keep the costs down. The chicken here, that's with that black bean. It's actually quite nice and soft and tender. I think this is one that, I think they call it velveting the chicken. You kind of put some cornstarch or corn flour on the outside of it. And kind of gives it a smoother texture. And it actually kind of works. Sweet and sour next. So we've got some veggies in there again. Some carrot, let's give that a try. Again, lovely and crispy. I've got to give them credit for that. None of the veg I've encountered so far has been overcooked. Get some of this chicken with the sauce. Battered chicken there. Small little pieces. Covered in that same batter that we had earlier with the pork, I think. And not a bad sweet and sour sauce actually. Not overly sweet. A nice kind of vinegary hit with it. That's actually alright. And last but by no means least, the Chinese curry. This is one of my go-tos when I get a Chinese takeaway. I do like the curry flavour of a Chinese curry. Let's get a bit of the chicken, let's get a bit of this onion, some of that sauce. Hopefully it's going to be a little bit punchy. It's okay. There is that little bit of spice. And the chicken itself, you have come and have a little look inside here. It does look quite nice chicken there. It's not bad. Again, nice and soft. Yeah, overall, it's not bad. Like I said before, for £11, I mean, I think it's a really good deal. This is, of course, all you can eat. Go as many times as you like. Obviously, I'm not going to go mad. But, yeah, reasonably impressed. Nothing's kind of blown me away, but for the price, it's pretty good. So the dessert station was a bit weird. They had Jaffa cakes and party rings and all sorts there, but let's have a look at what I've got here. Some kind of Swiss roll. Looks like a strawberry filling, maybe. Got a mango mousse there. And then the two greenest looking things I could find. I suppose that's more blue than green, really. These are little jellies by the looks of it. They kind of look like shots, don't they? The sort of thing you'd drink on a crazy night out. Anyway, let's give them a try. I don't think the pastry chef is going to win any awards here, that's for sure. So I'm going to try this mango mousse first. It's served in these little plastic tubs. Can you see that? So I hope they're reusable, and they are being reused. Look at this, if you can come in a bit closer. That doesn't look very moussey to me, look, it's bouncy. It's like a trampoline. It kind of looks more like a mango jelly. Let's give it a try though. It is a jelly, that's not a mousse. Not in any way, shape or form. Very artificial tasting. Yeah. It's almost like a sort of jelly that you've put some milk into or something to give it that creamy look. Very odd. Right, onto these shots. I'll try this blue coloured one first. Don't know what flavour it is. Smurf, maybe. Still don't know what flavour it is. Just a jelly. I'm guessing this is going to be lime or something. We'll try that. Yeah, that is lime, but it's not a very strong flavoured lime. No, it's okay. So yeah, those aren't great, let's be fair. And a bit of Swiss roll. Again, this looks like it's just been chopped up from a big one that's been bought in somewhere. It's a bit stale. It's got strawberry in the middle, which is quite a nice flavour as artificial strawberry goes. But yeah, it's just a very, very cheap cake. Okay, well, I'm going to finish these up. I'll pay my bill, and we'll go outside and talk about it some more. Paid the bill and come outside of Oxy Oriental here in Oxford. What do I think? Well, let's run through the bill first. Full price buffet, £11. That's pretty good value, isn't it? We've got Littleham with me here on camera today. They only charged her £9. I thought she'd be too tall these days and get charged as an adult. She certainly ate like a blooming adult, let me tell you. She only got charged £9 for hers. I think that's great value too. The lemonade, £2.20. The pint of Pepsi Max, £3.20. Overall, we're at £25 and 40p. The food quality in there. Is it perfect? No, not really. But it was still decent. Nothing in there that was like inedible. Quite often when you go to these buffet places, particularly cheap ones, you really can tell that they're cheap, can't you? Food hygiene is questionable. The quality of the produce is very questionable. No, not here. Not here. I think enough of it was decent enough. Now, if you come here in an evening, there's a much wider selection, and you do pay a bit extra for that. Like I say, the lunchtime meal here is £11 for an adult, midweek, £13 at the weekend. If you come in the evening, it's £19.50 midweek and £20.50 at the weekend. So that's what you're paying for. A little bit of extra. There's a teppanyaki station, a little barbecue station, that sort of thing, that isn't running right now. But I've got to tell you, what I had, I pretty much enjoyed. Is it the best of anything I've ever had? Of course not. Of course not. But it was decent enough. And for that price, yeah, good. The desserts, yeah, we won't really talk about them too much. It's like being at a kid's birthday party, just jelly and cake and ice cream and stuff. But I think the savoury selection, yeah, pretty good. I've got to come up with a score now. I think it's going to be a 4 out of 5. I think taking the price into account, taking the quality into account, it's not perfect. Plates are a bit cold. A couple of the items weren't as good as they could have been. But I think if you're going to come in here, family of 4, for example, 2 adults, 2 kids, if you can do that on a midweek lunchtime in half term or in the summer holidays or something, that's just 40 quid for the food. You could have tap water. You haven't even got to order drinks. So I think that's a really good deal. So 4 out of 5. Does it get Greeno's green light? Do you know what? It does. It does. The people in there are nice. It's clean, it's tidy, and the food, certainly good value for money. Okay then folks, if you've enjoyed this video looking at Oxy Oriental here in Oxford, just by the football stadium, don't forget, click a thumbs up on there for me, it does help the channel. And if you're new around here, take a little look around the vault, see what else you enjoy, and if there's more than 1 or 2, just click that subscribe button, ding your bell for notifications, and YouTube will let you know when I upload new videos.